Okay, hi. So, I'm hiding upstairs in my little loft while my boyfriend plays League of Legends downstairs. Um, because I don't like recording things in front of him because it's like embarrassing. So I just don't do it. So I'm hiding from him right now. Um, but also I have like my little laptop and I have my iced tea from Cane's. And we're gonna build a little tiny house. A tiny house in my house. A tiny house in my big house. I was messing around with furniture. Oh, I have the hiccups. I was messing around with furniture and I shrunk something down like super small. And I was like, oh my gosh, wait, that would be so cute. I should make like a little hidden house in my house. Which was what it was gonna be. That's what I like started out doing. But you'll see pretty soon that I get like really carried away. So I was just like shrinking down a bunch of furniture here and like seeing what looks good, and I just like turned on my OBS just to be like, let's see where this goes. Maybe it'll be like a cute thing. So now here we are. And yeah, and I'm kind of nervous about like recording anything to go over a video this long because it's just a lot of talking. But I also used to have like a radio show, but like the talking segments would be like pretty short between the like music segments. So this is gonna just be a long period of me yapping. Though I think I might like intersperse some music or something between. But you know, we'll see. And this is when I just like sit here quietly for who knows how long. I'll move eventually. I probably went and got like something to eat. And I add this little bed. I was really worried about the beds. I thought that the beds wouldn't shrink down well, but it looks like everything's going pretty good. As you can see, I'm kind of sticking to this I think the Kaldorei sets, because the woods go together in the purples and I don't have to like dye a bunch of things. So, though I end up having to dye a bunch of things later with everything that I add. I was shocked that the Zandalari bench went so cutely with everything, but I really loved the like tone of the blue and the stripes on that. So I thought it turned out cute and it was a good spot for it. Me shrinking baskets because that first basket I was like floored that it like was so big when I shrunk it down. Like, it's kind of crazy. What I noticed with this too is that like the shrinking is like really inconsistent, and like some items you expect them to be like small when you take them out, but they're like really big. And like a lot of the furniture items you'll see around like in game, like if you go to the like mage sanctum or whatever in Dalaran from Legion, these little filigree moon lamps are like in the shelves, like super tiny. And they have a bunch of versions of those little lamps too, just like in different colors as well, which kind of like pisses me off because you can't dye these ones. And here's me playing with the windows. I'm pretty sure I'll lose an entire window because I made it tiny, and then I lost the window in the wall. I think you just saw me do it. It's crazy. Rip. A lot of the colors that things are right now, I also don't end up like sticking with these, but I wanted to like kind of maintain like a bunch of the things that I end up like getting rid of and moving around because it's kind of all just like a part of the fun, a part of the process. Like I really wasn't like being super deliberate with this one. I was like just kind of feeling it out. And honestly, I think that's just like how I do everything. Like I can like plan things kind of okay and like say that like I'm gonna do something, but like I'm also like so terrible at just like following through with those things. So everything is just kind of ends up being vibes for me. And like and so far it's worked out. So I was resizing these banners and I was floored by how big they ended up being. So and then I throw the tiny little unicorns on there. I really like these, and I got really scared because I thought I was gonna lose one in the wall. Might be me stealing stuff from my other rooms. My dog's here now. Bee, come here. Come here, Bee. Come here. I'll put a picture of the dog on the screen when I go through and edit this again. She left. She's too big. I'm sitting on a beanbag and I don't know, I guess she just didn't want to like pile into the beanbag with me. So she's sitting in the dog bed across from me now. Oh my gosh, like my favorite thing in the world actually is like the reflections from the windows on things. I really loved it in Final Fantasy. People were kind of like anti the window reflections, but I don't know, I love it. Oh, here's a little intermission of me shopping. I got these out at first, but I sped one up by like 8 times. And it turned out making me giggle, so these are gonna be here now. Just because I thought it would be funny. It's so funny too because like the amount of times that I like go to these shops and like look at this exact furniture, I return every time and like expect the furniture to look different. That I'm just like vibing here for some reason. Oh, and then I appear at the house. I'm so good at editing. Oh my gosh. Movie magic. I shouldn't quit my day job. That is for sure. Okay. I looked at this again today, like after work. I should have made that chair bigger. I don't know why I made it so tiny. It's so itty bitty. Like I might even just like go back and like make it bigger later. I mean, I'm probably gonna tear all of this down and then move it somewhere else and do something completely different here, but you know, either way, hindsight is 20/20, as they say. Me for the millionth time playing with dyeing this chest. We love the fruit plate. I actually think it's really ugly. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's like a really garish item that like sucks. Like, girl, I would never have that in my house. It's too much for me. We need more like leafy greens and like salads and stuff like that. I need like a head of lettuce. Where's my head of lettuce? Throwing the painting in there that I stole from the other wall. It's really ugly over there anyways. Me shrinking down my favorite little boxes. I have like a million of them all over my house, actually. making sure that the boxes are perfectly on top of each other, nothing's floating. I have this fear that like everybody's gonna notice if it's like floating. It like literally doesn't matter. Like oh man. Oh. Goodbye. Oh, I found it. I lost the pillar there for a second, and then I found it again, hidden inside the other one. Maybe someday I'll find that other window. Maybe someday they'll like give us a furniture list, and I can just like remove the lost windows and like random lost items. It's for the streets now. Maybe that option is already there, and I'm just like stupid, and I haven't seen it. If that's the case, then that's how it's meant to be, I guess. Maybe I should do like little doll houses in the same way that the mom in Hereditary does them. Like she makes a whole like miniature version of her daughter dying. The husband's like, what the hell is just like, it's a neutral view of the accident. Oh man, I am so tired. People don't tell you that even if you get like an office job, it's like you get home and you're like exhausted. I just like want to go back to sleep. It could also be the like staying up until 1 a.m. playing WoW. For what even? Honestly. Me playing with something else that has nothing, me walking around in circles around that. Seeing if I can shrink this bush down. No. Oh, now my cat's here. This is crazy. So many guest appearances. Seeing if the tree shrinks well. It does, but like not good enough for this. I obviously like the flowers here, but there's nowhere for them to go yet. But they'll be a surprise tool that'll help us later. Do I try and add more moon lamps? These books, I have to remember to get on after I record this and go buy it from the book dealer guy in Suramar. I didn't know that he restocked every day. I've been a fool, honestly. I think you can get book stacks from him, which I've been wanting some stacks of books. You know, I went and did that like archaeological dig thing. I actually did it in the middle of this build because I wanted it for this build. And I went and did that archaeological dig thing in Dragonflight, which like I wasn't playing during that time, I guess, when it was a thing. And I went and started it, and I did all of the little tasks things like you do in the like soup one and the theater one and all of that shit. And I go through the whole thing, and since it's, you know, late game in an expansion after that, the final guy spawned, and they all just like one-shot him, and he died and I didn't get credit for any of the event. And I didn't get any of the crystals, so I didn't get to buy my stupid book stack. And then it wasn't going to start up again for another hour. Oh, you can see me trying on the backpack that I apparently got from that too. Me getting like so distracted again. It's so funny. Anyways, I was like really mad, so I just like came back and started building the tiny house again. Which, like, thank goodness I did. I think it turned out really cute. So. But I will be returning for the book stacks later. And buying more books from the Plotto dude. I do want to give, like, more of, like, a mage's library vibe. I don't really know, like, what I'm after, honestly. Like, everything is, like, such a mess. And so, like, these shelves, the, like, gray-blue Suramar shelves, they look so, like, mid with this. I was, like, so not into it. And I was gonna do this, like, elven fireplace, but then I remembered that you can't dye the marble, so I just got rid of it. And went with the little metal stove thing instead. Me looking for a stove in the furniture menu when I literally had 2 stoves, which I bought specifically for this purpose. Being forgetful. Making more stairs. As you can see, it's the thing that I was saying earlier, that like I went a little bit beyond a little hidden house. This house definitely is not hidden. It's gotten a little bit big, a little bit of like a fairy mansion type vibe, which is way more than I set out to do. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Just testing for like what purple I want because I wanted to go with the bed. And I didn't change the metal because why? I don't know. And I think a few times I play around with like changing the color of like the stove and the metal on the chest and the like wardrobe in there. But it just never seems like something that would be fruitful, you know? Though, like, honestly, I think I could have also changed it to like a darker color, the stove, and that would have looked good too. What I really want is like a pedal or something that I can put on top of this stove. That would be really cute. There's that like teapot that you can get, but I don't know, there's not nearly enough like food clutter, you know. I'm always like drinking a cup of tea, so I always want to just put like a cup of tea just left around in every room. Like literally I can look around my bedroom right now and find all these like half-drank mugs of coffee or tea or something. So it makes me very sad that like we only have like 1 cup of tea. I also don't like love the valdrakken mug. I hadn't ever done Shadowlands, and there's that like vampire dude in Shadowlands. He was really into tea, and I don't know why we have a valdrakken tea set and not the guy who is like into tea. Maybe because it's Shadowlands and they don't want to mention it. I really liked like zooming in on this one like a lot because it was like super fun. It made it feel like The Sims when I was able to zoom in like this. Here I am once again testing what kind of dye I want for the windows and the curtains and all that so that I can go out and make whatever dye I'm looking for. Yeah. Here I am making the dyes. Super exciting, riveting stuff. And then I just like cut out me going and actually making the dyes. I added that low table. One of my favorite things about all the elf furniture here in the game is like I've noticed how like low it is to the ground, especially like the like Suramar furniture and the Blood Elf furniture, not so much the Night Elf furniture. But the Suramar and the Blood Elf furniture is like really low to the ground. And it almost feels like you could like crawl to all of it. Like you'll never have to stand up at like a full height. You can just like drag yourself from thing to thing. Like it's like in these elf societies, they're like just dragging themselves around and just barely like standing up to like, you know, do whatever, eat. Because even at Suramar, if you walk around Suramar, they have all those like piles of like pillows and carpets that everybody sits at, that I have right here. It's with those exact pillows. Maybe it's because they're all like mana addicts, and so like they're always just like strung out. So they can't even like stand up to like get to the dinner table, I guess, or whatever. I went back and forth with this curtain a lot. I played with the net for a second, and it was just like, it's too Kultiran. I am looking at fences. I wanted to do like a balcony type vibe. The problem with these is that, and you'll see, the fences do not shrink down super good. I was like picturing a much, much tinier fence. And so I included this whole thing of me jumping through all these hoops to go and get this stupid fence. Me like flying all the way to War Spear or whatever. The animation on the bird is so funny at this speed. Figuring out where this stupid vendor is. I found him. I don't have any more Apexis crystals, so I switched again. I didn't know how the transfer thing worked. I didn't know that you could just do it from this character. And I like compiled all of my Apexis crystals onto this character because I use this one and the other one the most for Draenor things. And then I'm back. It's just that easy. That was like 10 minutes of my time, like shrunk down. Like a few seconds, but you know. Yeah, and look how big this fence is. It's like so garish to me. I was like, ugh. It's like, I like the light, I guess, the light wood. I was like really like limping by on some of these things. Like I wasn't totally in love with everything. And I'm making it on the ground here, because it was all sticking together before, but then I forgot, when I sink it like into the platform in a second, it's just gonna not be together anymore. So whatever. I finally add this table, this little tiny table that I was looking at very, very early on in the build. I don't remember if I ended up dyeing the wood. I should have. Because that, I'm not gonna lie, that wood is like really ugly. The dark wood. It's like not working for me right now. And now we're just dyeing things. Things are getting dyed. And we're just rolling along. Looking at furniture again. Adding the Suramar lamp. Because Actually, I think it was shrinking down this lamp that gave me the idea to do this in the first place, and so I wanted to include it somewhere. But I think I ended up removing it because I was like, oh, this is not the vibe anymore. There's that low elven table that I didn't dye, which is like pretty sure what I went and got dyes for specifically, but whatever. Me trying to add plants to it. It looks pretty bad. I don't end up doing it. I shrunk down that one and I was like, no. Doing all these, and then I go back to the poppies because I saw them earlier and I remember that they were super cute, and so I add them to this little basket here. I don't really know why. I definitely could have picked a better item to hold those flowers, but you know. I guess I dyed a lighter color. I'm dyeing all the windows. Who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah. Tightening it up. I really like to make sure my items are like super tight together because I feel like if you keep them all like really far apart, that's just like really unrealistic. Like people don't place items like super far apart. I put back the cup of tea and then I put the tray on here instead because I thought it would look nicer. And actually, honestly, I was right. I think I did need to take up more space on there. I take the open book from there. I need more. I want like a quill or something. I do not have that like enchanting wand thing. I could definitely make it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm just so lazy. Me making stairs and having to shrink down a million things, so just going through and doing them en masse. And then I have to figure out like how I want to shape these stairs. I was like kind of scared that they were gonna go like in front of the bookshelf, but I thought I would try it anyways and like, you know, see what happens. I'm just kind of like playing with the distance on this and doing this whole thing, and I don't know why I keep going here where I'm like, maybe I can make it. Like, girl, no you can. You literally know that you can't. You know you're gonna redo it. Like, what is this? My cat's trying to crawl on me. No. Yeah, I ended up just adding a platform so that I can just do like the kind of curve there, and I was a little bit worried about the platform like showing on the other side, but I actually think it turned out fine in that regard because I have the other beams here, so like ended up going together just fine. Just fine. Honestly, these stairs like obviously aren't perfect either. Like if I were to sit down and like take some real time on this, I probably would have been more detail oriented with the stairs, but I was just kind of memeing around, playing with the items. I could have added another beam there on the bottom of those stairs, but I just didn't. I don't know. Like, who can really tell? I was so like detail oriented at the beginning, making sure those crates were like right on top of each other, but it's like, I don't need a last stair. Who needs it? I added all these like beams that were like holding it up because I was like, I don't know, I thought it looked just like so much cuter and like it made so much more sense. I was thinking about doing like a roof on it of some kind, but it didn't end up happening. But I did end up getting rid of those Suramar shelves right there, which just like made the wall super bare and made it so I should have added something like above that, but live and learn, you know. I got some little bushes down here, because, you know, some foliage. I made this one like a little bit bigger than the other one. I don't think I'd go with this tree. Yeah. I really like those little elven forest bushes. I think that's what they are. I love these trees. I think they're from Ajara. But Azuna. Ajara. I don't know. Don't clock me on not knowing the name of anything in this game. Even though I've been playing it for so long, I'm still like, who? I had a second black potion. Because why not? Here's me doing some little looks. Then I leave for some reason. And then I remember what the whole body shrinker is. And I get an idea. Something occurs to me. Oh, I was getting dye. Oh, well there you go. Goes with the fence now. Or the shelf. And the fence, I guess. And the bookcase. I'm making more dyes. Oh, I forgot the I forgot the silver dye for like the 4th time. Just running back and forth. Give me a dye machine in my house or give me death. All just to dye it silver, which turned out fine. Here is my house tour with the whole body shrinker. Trying to get up there. It's the way that your hitbox works on this made it so I had to get rid of the shelves if I wanted to walk up the stairs at all, but using the whole body shrinker to get in here honestly made this just like so hilarious. And it makes me want to see if like other people will make like little tiny houses and then use the whole body shrinker to walk around in it. It would be so fun, now that I'm thinking about it, to like make a tiny little door that you could only get into with the whole body shrinker that has like a little like entire mansion inside of it. Oh my god, nobody steal that idea. I'm about to literally go do it right now. I could also just do it with this one, but I kind of want to redo it. I want to do it like inside the walls and be like super secret. But I really liked this like little proof of concept thing. I had a lot of fun like making it and like putting it together and just like shrinking down all the items. It could be cool to like make every item really, really big, but I don't know if it can get big enough to be interesting. But yeah. Eventually this will wear off and now I'm big and that's it. So yeah, if you want to see any more of these silly little things, would they like and subscribe, I guess. And here's me realizing that my transmog looked bad and going outside and fixing my transmog. Yeah, everything that matters in the world. Slay.